Yoru is the war devil that embodies the fear of war and conflict. She is a member of the Four Horsemen, who now occupies Asa Mitaka's body as a fiend. First mentioned in the Public Safety Saga by Makima, Yoru debuted in the Academy Saga, where she is the deuteragonist. Near-death state following the battle with the Four Horsemen and Weapon Devils, Yoru was also reduced to a near-death state, due to Pashita consuming most of her body. In this state, she appears to have a bird-like body, similar to a dark-colored owl or botu. While her bird form is similar to Pashita's dog form, her true form is still unknown. Fiend after taking over Asa's body and occupying half of her brain, the war devil took on her appearance, but with added facial scars across the center of her face and left cheek, which is in the same location where Mitaka's face was slashed by the class president. In this form, Yoru's eyes have multiple rings, similar to Makima, who was another horseman. Her hair is also usually worn loose rather than in twin tails like Mitaka. You always wear the same clothes as Asa, most commonly a school uniform. Yoru is first shown to be very confident and prideful, treating her opponents as mere warm-ups and confidently vowing to take back nuclear weapons from Chainsaw Man. This might be a sign of her overconfidence, as she lost to him previously while at full strength and is significantly weaker now. However, she is aware of her limitations and will back down from a fight if she believes the odds are against her. Adding to that, she is afraid of primal fears and runs away in fear after encountering one. Yoru holds little sentimental value or attachment to humans and is mostly uncaring of Mitaka's feelings, as evidenced by her blatant disregard for Mitaka's feeling of friendship for Yuko when repeatedly asks Mitaka to kill Yuko to use as a weapon. She does not have a good understanding of human society or relationships and takes things at face value, is easy to provoke, and often threatens Mitaka with death. Though over time she grows closer to her and seems to understand and adapt to human society more. Despite her apparent social ineptitude, she is very cunning in dangerous situations such as when fighting devils and is easily able to keep a cool head. She is also able and willing to manipulate Asa to aid her in her goals. Unlike her fellow horseman Makima, who was almost always calm and composed, Yoru is more flawed, immature, and not Macranvi. She is prone to losing her temper and became embarrassed and angry at being rescued unintentionally by her archenemy, Chainsaw Man. In her anger, she sometimes throws childish tantrums by punching and screaming into the pillows on Asa's bed. She acts insecure whenever her strength or intellect is questioned. Yoru is also worried about losing her power and being forgotten, showing a more sensitive side. Adding to that, she seems to show signs of sympathy, at least towards Asa. You had previously fought alongside the Four Horsemen and the Weapon Devils against Pashita in Hell. During their battles, Chainsaw Man had eaten away parts of Yoru's body, weakening her. It is also possible that this was the very same battle during which WW2 and nuclear weapons were eaten. Because of this, there hasn't been a single war since the World War, which further diminished her strength. Eventually, Yoru got to the point where she was under real threat of being completely forgotten about, which would mean permanent death for her. This drove her to Earth, where she took over Mikazu's body in a last-ditch effort to save herself and try to get her revenge on Chainsaw Man. A little bit of trivia. The war devil's bird-like appearance is that of a bird of prey, which often symbolize war or warriors. In politics, a war hawk or hawk is someone who favors war. It is unknown if Yoru's distinctive head trait as a fiend can be seen by others when she is in control, or if only Asa sees it. Yoru and Asa's exact species or type hasn't been confirmed or explicitly stated in the manga as of currently, which has led to much debate about their species, but for simplicity of the wiki and until else is confirmed, Yoru will be referred to as a fiend with Asa as her living host. Despite being the deuteragonist, we haven't once been inside her head, as opposed to Asa, whose thoughts were shown regularly. This puts the readers in a similar situation as Asa, since we are left to wonder about how she truly feels and what her plans are.